Hi and welcome to In the Front Row, all things reactions, reviews and interviews. My name is Jamie Lee and today I'll be doing a review of the Disney Plus series She-Hulk Attorney at Law. If you have been to my channel before, you would know that I started to review this weekly. And then I started to realize that this series sucked and I gave up. I didn't give up watching it because I thought it would lead to somewhere and lead to bigger things, which I guess kind of it did, drop little Easter eggs. But yeah, anyway, I gave up on doing the reviews because I felt like I was wasting my time, and I felt like regardless of what opinion you had, you were going to cop hate for. You know, if you liked it, you were like a Marvel super fan and you suck ass of Marvel, and if you didn't like it, you're a man hater. So yeah, I feel like regardless, everybody's going to hate on you. But anyway, I thought I'm just going to come on here and vent because I feel like I need to vent about it. It's not going to be a review even, really. It's just going to be me talking about how frustrated I was with this series. And the reason why I'm frustrated is because I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to introduce something new in the MCU. Like, we have never, ever had a female lawyer representing superheroes. They've never really been in the public eye before. You know, they're always like above us, and here they are living amongst us, and we've got somebody who can represent them, who is one of them. So I thought that was a really cool approach, but I was so disappointed because we don't see any of that. We see Jen represent Emil in the very first court case. And really, the only way that she even won that court case is because of Wong. He came in and admitted that he'd done the wrong thing and he took him out of prison. So I just feel like she didn't even technically win that case. But anyway, that's the case that we saw. The next case that we saw, her friend Nikki basically did everything in that case. She-Hulk was at a retreat, she was at a spa, and she didn't have any clue about, I don't even think that this case existed. So I'm just like, it's She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and I'm not seeing any law stuff. And I think that was a real letdown for me because I really wanted to see that stuff. You know, they made out like she was this empowered, career-driven woman, but I don't see any of the career-driven things. I don't see how passionate she is about the law because all I saw was it in the first episode, and then she gets fired because she exposed herself as a superhero, which again, I thought was ridiculous. Titania comes busting in. Let the authorities do their job there. Let somebody else take care of her. Why did you suddenly be like, you know what, I'm going to keep my She-Hulk identity a secret, and then one thing goes wrong in the courtroom and you're like, here I am. She didn't even go full Hulk mode. She just like punched her and that was it, which was also a disappointment that, you know, it was just literally a punch and their fight was over. Anyway, so that was my biggest disappointment there, was the fact that, you know, the lawyer stuff wasn't really at the forefront, because I feel like that would have been really interesting if it was. The next thing that ticked me off was the man hate. As a female, maybe I noticed it a little bit more, but it was just like every single man in this show was just bad. Like, men are bad and men are out to hurt us. You can show that women are strong, that women are empowered. You can show that we are strong, independent women without having to drag men down in order to do that. I feel like every episode, every single man in the episode was bad. Like, even to the point where someone like Hulk, somebody who we know is a likable guy, you make him out to sound like he knows better and, you know, he's trying to teach you. He is trying to teach her and trying to care for her as a cousin. You know, he doesn't want her to experience all the hurt, all the pain and all the frustrations that he's felt, you know, struggling with these two identities and these two alter egos. He doesn't want her to go through that. That is a good trait. That is a good thing. And yet she was just such a brat about it. I know better and I can do better because I'm a woman. And it was just frustrating. And as a female, hearing that this had female writers, I was like, wow, this is going to be funny. It's going to be fun. And then we had the message being about men are bad, but then at the same time, you've got Jen chasing men and not wanting to be sexualized, but then putting out twerking videos in college and then twerking in the office. And it's just like, I don't understand. It's so contradicting. And, you know, you say women empowerment and, you know, let's build women up because men are so bad. But then in the very last episode, Titania comes busting in the wall and Nikki says, doesn't that bitch know how to use a door? And it's just like, you can't even be kind to the women. You can't even have women be kind to women. It's just super contradicting. And I really didn't like it. So much in this. The whole thing was a waste, let's be honest. That very last episode. So I'm not against the breaking of the fourth wall. I get that was in the comics. I get that that happened. And a few times in this series, that's worked really, really good. I really, really loved when she was having that chemistry in that moment with Daredevil, and she turns around and she's like, are you guys feeling this? Yes, we are. And yes, that works. Those moments were really, really good. But like, you can't sit there and say that she can break the fourth wall, literally leave her show and the dimension that she is in, enter our dimension and want to speak to Kevin. And you can't tell me that she can sit there and be a brat. A brat. She's being a Karen. I want my show this way. I want to do this. I don't want a man to come and save me. I don't want Hulk, my cousin, being the star of my show. What a petty thing. We are not like that. Women are not like that. And as someone who's supposed to be a lawyer and so educated, I expected so much better than this bratty Karen that I got at the end there. And this leads to my whole big point. If she can just come out and rewrite her own show, what the hell was the point of the show to begin with? And this opens up like this whole bunch of questions for me that, can Deadpool do that? Like, are we going to see a completely stupid Deadpool 3 where we have a whole episode and the whole thing's going to be a dream sequence of Wolverine coming back, or Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, but really they're trolling us because it's going to be Taron or whatever that guy's name is, however you pronounce it. I didn't even know. Anyway, my point is, it just frustrated me so much. I know people copped a lot of hate for it because like it didn't have a conflict and a resolution, things like that. I was one of those people, don't get me wrong. I was sitting there going, where's the villain? Where's the villain? Don't get me wrong. Did this in Miss Marvel as well. Where's my baddie? Where's my baddie? Because the baddies weren't threatening. You know, I didn't feel like they were bad guys. And I like bad guys. I like having that pattern. Marvel clearly knows that we as fans like that pattern. It works. You're trying something different, you're trying something new, I get it, but clearly you expected it to fail because with your writing, you're sitting there and you're taunting us. You're saying, oh, you know, they're not going to like this and the YouTubers are going to carry on about it, which we are. And they're sort of taking the piss out of that and, you know, being like really self-aware of that is going to happen. But it's like, well, don't let that happen. Be better. Do better with the writing. Make this narrative good. Like, you have so much opportunity. If you wanted it to be a sitcom, fantastic, good on you. It is not, because it's not funny. I didn't laugh. I laughed 3 times. I lie. I did laugh 3 times. It was at the Edward Norton joke, you know, when Hulk was like, I'm not even that person anymore, literally. Funny, good. At the end, the very last episode, everybody keeps harping on about we want to see World War Hulk. We want to see this angry Hulk smash, things like that. And Hulk comes down to save her in the story that she doesn't want. And he's like, rah! I just thought that was fantastic. And there was another moment in there that must have been funny. Anyway, point is, I didn't laugh. I didn't find it funny. Sitcoms, you know, they have these cameos and guest appearances. Were they used correctly? I mean, the internet's talking about it and it blew up, sure. But I don't know of anyone who enjoyed that twerking scene. And again, you know, you're talking about the whole sexualization and that, you know, that group of men that wanted to attack her supposedly in that very first scene at the bar when she was She-Hulk or whatever. And then you have that twerking scene. And it's like, how can I take you seriously as a lawyer? You are in your workplace right now and you are dancing. What lawyer would be doing that? You know, it's just so unbelievable. And then same thing back to the law thing. Sorry, I'm choppy all over the place, but I just want to spit. And yeah, back to that lawyer thing. She wins Female Lawyer of the Year along with like 6 or 8 other people, right? How is she the Female Lawyer of the Year? She's won 1 case. She got fired, for God's sake. Like, what are the requirements to get Female Lawyer of the Year? And how is it okay to be called a female in that sense, but it's completely insulting if a man does it, which was the whole, you know, even in the last episode there with Nikki saying, you know,
to always refer to women as females.
I don't get why that's insulting. I've talked to a few of my friends in the States and they seem to think that, you know, it's a cultural thing. I've never been called a female in my life, but if I did, I would never find that insulting at all, but apparently it's really insulting in the States. So I don't know, maybe there's a cultural thing there, but I just think like not all women hate men and not all men use women as sexual objects or whatever. Like, you can do so much more than what you did. You know, you can represent us as females. You are a female. You know where we're coming from, and you didn't show me any of that. You didn't show me any of where we came from because I did not relate to anything. The one thing that I maybe had the same thoughts about with Jen was when, she was texting and, waiting for those replies back from Josh or whatnot. Like, that's probably the only relatable thing in this whole series to me. I just feel like it fell flat. It was held up with cameos in things like Titania showing up there, and then obviously you've got the episode with Wong and she goes and fights all these bats. What did all of that have to do with anything? We really never got a point. And if it was about Jen dating and Jen really learning about how to be Jen and how to be She-Hulk, I would have liked to have seen more Jen. Show me Jen prior to that car crash. Show me that she wanted to date. Show me that she wanted to have a fuck buddy or whatever. Show me what her wants were prior to becoming She-Hulk, because I didn't know anything about her before, apart from the fact that she was Hulk's cousin. And then after it is when I see all these struggles come in with her, sleeping around, but they don't call me back, or I can't find the right guy and things like that. Well, what are you chasing? Are you a career-driven woman, wanting a career and you want to fling? Are you a career-driven woman and you want to get married and have children? What do you want? Because I don't know. And from that whole series, I still don't know. Because you sit there and you say, I don't want a man coming in and being the hero of my story. But wait, we can still have Daredevil and he can come in because the girl's got needs. Men have needs too, but you've just called them all animals for wanting those same needs, that you're sitting there saying, I'm going to flaunt it and I can do what I want. It's just super contradicting to me. It makes me really, really angry that, there's no playing field, there's no level and no balance. Oh, that sounds very Cobra Kai, sorry about that. But there's no equal playing field. Anyway, it really frustrated me. I'm a big sucker for love, as you guys all know. So I'm down if, Daredevil and She-Hulk want to get together. I'm totally on board with that. I don't mind that. I loved their chemistry, actually. But I didn't like the fact that Daredevil did this walk of shame. As Matt Murdock, sure, go right ahead. But the fact that Nikki said, there's a devil doing the walk of shame, that shows me that this is a different Daredevil. He would never expose his identity like that. He would never just be like, oh, well, I'm Daredevil and I just got laid. Yeah, he brags about getting laid all the time and stuff, but he doesn't do it in public. He doesn't just, I've never known Daredevil ever to just go walking around in his Daredevil outfit. I've never ever known that. And that was just like a big downfall for me. And then in that final episode, he just said he's going to New York, and then suddenly he falls from the sky and he's like, I'm here to help. And it's like, how is it okay that he's here to help and he could be a hero, but your cousin Hulk couldn't? And I didn't like the whole, sitting around and the family talking about, you're a lawyer. That's great that he has a job. Let's be grateful that he has a job. Why would the parents be questioning how much money do you make and things like this? Like, what? Why are you hating on this guy? Why again are you hating on man? He's got a job. Who cares how much money he makes? What the hell is going on with this show? And again, back to the finale, I really thought that it was super creative, the way that she swung on out of that universe. I know I said that I didn't like that narrative wise, and I still don't, but I thought it looked really creative. And I thought, what a wasted opportunity, what a perfect opportunity for She-Hulk, to swing out of that universe and swing on into another show. Like, put on that same screen Secret Wars or Thunderbolts or whatever it is, Daredevil Born Again, whatever it is that she's going to appear in again, swing her into that and leave us on that as the final closing chapter, because I feel like the whole thing was a waste, and how they ended it was just a slap in the face to me. It's like, I've been watching every single episode of this, hoping to get better, hoping to really find Jen, hoping to get to know Jen, and I know nothing. I started with nothing. I know nothing. She's Hulk's cousin. I knew that already. What else? I feel like I've gone on long enough about all the things that I've hated. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it, or let me know if I'm in the minority here. But I really found this really insulting to me as a Marvel fan, that they knew what I wanted, but they never gave it to me. And they're sitting there saying, I know you want this, but hey, we're going to give you something, a little bit different, but it's not going to be better. It's just going to be different. And I'm not a fan of that. I really expected something better. I expected something not so stereotypical for women and not so terrible. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be funny. I thought it would be different. I thought there would be lore stuff in there. I didn't expect it to be about Jen going on a bunch of dates. That's all it was. I'm sorry, but that's the end. Anyway, that's the end of my video because that's the end of my rant. I feel like I've gone on about everything. The positives that I could say is the actress. I think Tatiana did an amazing job as an actress. I really loved her facial expressions. I loved her sassy attitude. I loved it when she was supposed to be sad. Like you could literally see that from her face, that she was trying to be, you know, all these emotions that she was trying to feel. You could see that. So I really liked her as an actress. I'm happy to see She-Hulk pop up as a cameo in different projects, wherever they may be in the MCU. Loved the Easter eggs that they popped in and out there, but I really wanted to see connecting the dots in this, and I feel like it just added more dots to connect. Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, opening this whole big can of worms and nothing got answered, very similar to my Moon Knight. So it's really low on my rating. I definitely won't rewatch it. I'm hoping it doesn't even get another series because I don't want to have to sit through that. Not even sure if I will, even if it does get another series. So anyway, didn't like it. Hopefully you guys liked this video. Sorry, it's a bit negative, but that's what I thought for now. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. I promise that my other videos are not full of hate. And can you please head over to my Instagram and give me a follow over there as well, please? Okay, sweet as. Have a good day. Bye.